They thought she wouldn't fight back. They thought she'd just cry, walk away, and accept it. But what they forgot is that black women don't crumble. They rise, they dig, and they expose. Her name is Tasha Whitman. 35, smart, graceful, focused. She wasn't born into money, but she stood by the man who helped raise her like she was family, Mr. Whitman, her godfather, her mother's closest friend. After her mom passed, he stepped up, paid for school, gave her a home, called her the daughter he never had, and he promised, "When I'm gone, everything will be yours, because you're the only one who never asked me for anything." So when he passed, after a short illness, Tasha didn't cry for money. She cried for the man she lost, the father she'd finally found. Until the day of the will reading, her name wasn't there. No house, no business stake, not even his vintage record collection. Instead, everything was handed to Vanessa, his niece, the one who showed up twice a year on holidays and during tax season. And the way Vanessa sat at the front of the lawyer's office, lip gloss perfect, legs crossed, looking back at Tasha with a smirk, that's when she knew this wasn't a mistake. It was a setup. Tasha didn't yell, didn't scream. She stood up, nodded at the lawyer, and walked out without saying a word. But inside, she was already piecing it together. Something wasn't right. Mr. Whitman wouldn't have cut her off like that, not unless he was tricked, coerced, or worse. So she started digging. And that's when she found it. A maintenance log from 3 days before his death. It mentioned something odd. Camera system reinstalled in study. Memory cleared. New card inserted. But there were no visible cameras in the study. She knew that house like the back of her hand. So she went back, asked for one last walkthrough, pretended it was for closure. And while Vanessa was busy gloating with the real estate agent, Tasha slipped into the study, took a screwdriver to the vent behind the bookshelf, and there it was. A tiny black camera, still blinking, still recording. She took it home, plugged the memory card into her laptop. At first it was just Mr. Whitman, reading, sipping tea, humming jazz. Then, Vanessa. She entered quietly, carrying a manila folder and a cup. "Uncle, I just need you to sign these before your next nap," she said sweetly. He looked confused. "This isn't the same will I approved. Where's Tasha's section?" Vanessa leaned down, brushing his arm. "You already signed the other one, remember? This is just a copy, no changes." But he didn't remember. He hesitated, and that's when she slipped something into his tea. 2 days later, he was dead. Tasha's hand trembled as she watched it all. Vanessa had drugged him, forced him to sign a new will, and no one questioned it. She went straight to Mr. Whitman's lawyer, showed him the footage. He stuttered, sweated. I didn't know. She brought it in. I thought it was legitimate." Tasha didn't speak, just handed him a copy of the video and walked out. Vanessa was arrested the next day. Fraud, forgery, attempted poisoning. The news picked it up fast. But just when Tasha thought it was over, she got a call from a number with no caller ID. A voice whispered, "Check the basement," then hung up. She didn't wait. She drove back to the estate that night, broke in through the back. In the basement, hidden behind an old cabinet, she found a second camera system, another memory card. And this time, the footage wasn't of Vanessa. It was of someone else. The lawyer, Mr. Whitman's own estate attorney. He was sitting at the same study desk weeks before Vanessa showed up. And on the screen, he was saying, "If anything happens to me before this goes through, Vanessa knows what to do. Tasha, she can't know. She's not blood. She has no claim." He was on it too. Tasha sank to the floor. Betrayal cut deeper than she expected. She thought Vanessa was the mastermind, but now it was bigger, darker, and personal. She went to the police again. They reopened the case, this time charging both Vanessa and the lawyer with conspiracy to defraud. But the questions kept coming. Why go through all this trouble to erase her? Why would two people with everything risk it all just to keep her name off the wheel? That's when she got her final letter from an old lockbox in Mr. Whitman's safe. Handwritten, stamped, dated a year before he died. Inside it read, "Tasha, if you're reading this, it means something went wrong. There are people in this family who never wanted you to inherit, not because of who you are, but because of what your mother knew. Look deeper. They didn't just erase your name, they erased your bloodline." And now, Tasha's not just fighting for justice. She's fighting to find out, who was her mother? What did she know? And why did this family work so hard to keep it buried? Because this isn't just about a will. It's about the truth they tried to silence.
Mr. Whitman wasn't having it. "I told you, everything goes to Tasha." But the lawyer? He didn't come for the truth. He came to erase it. "She's not even your real daughter." That's when Tasha dropped the remote and picked up her fight. She went straight to the district attorney. No tears, no fear, just 2 recordings, 1 forged will, and enough proof to burn it all down. Vanessa? Arrested. Fraud, elder abuse, conspiracy. But the lawyer? Tried to run, tried to lie, until Tasha found the backup footage locked in Mr. Whitman's safety deposit box. Timestamps, emails, and a letter that changed everything. "If anything happens to me, Tasha is my daughter, blood or not. And if they try to take this from her, fight back." And that's exactly what she did. The will overturned. Tasha restored. But the real twist wasn't about the money. It was about the foundation. See, someone had been funneling money through the charity, covering up fraud, paying off silence. And the name behind it? Vanessa's ex-husband. The one who vanished years ago? Turns out he was never gone. He was just hiding behind paperwork. Tasha didn't hide. She called the feds, the IRS, the FBI. And then she stepped in front of cameras in white. Because this time, she wasn't mourning. She was making a statement. They thought I'd stay quiet. They thought I'd grieve in silence. But what they forgot, I'm not the kind of woman you erase. Vanessa, facing 12 years. The lawyer, disbarred. The ex-husband, under federal investigation. And Tasha? She created a trust fund for caregivers like her, the ones they overlook, the ones they try to erase. Because the next time they try to silence someone like Tasha, they gonna remember, she didn't just survive, she exposed them. Drop a like if this story hit you hard. Who do you think was the worst? Vanessa, the lawyer, or the one hiding in the shadows? This is Truth in Black and White, where we don't just tell stories, we tear down every lie they tried to bury.